If you've ever been more than waist deep into the Gulf of Mexico, chances are you've swam with this guy here. The Gulf is home to over 30 species of sharks, most of which are armed with razor-sharp teeth and millions of years of evolution to become the perfect killing machine. Although this is just an adolescent, bull sharks such as this can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh over 500 pounds. They can be found in every major waterway in Southwest Florida and can even travel into fresh water. However, statistically speaking, you're more likely to die from this guy than this guy.
I think with things like Jaws and a lot of times the media hype, people have this assumption that all sharks are dangerous, when in reality it's very little. When you look at statistics, things like lightning or home accidents, dog bites, you're much more likely to have something like that happen to you than encounter a shark. Just to give you perspective, the International Shark Attack File that's managed through the University of Florida, they've been tracking shark attacks since 1882. And so between 1882 and 2014, there were a total of 14 shark attacks between Collier and Lee County. With the recent attack we heard about in Marco, that would be 15. And keep that in perspective of how many millions of people come to our beaches each year with no incident. So even though there's a lot of sensationalism with the shark attacks, the risk of actually being attacked is extremely low.
Sharks do not pose a danger in my mind. There's definitely going to be attacks. Sharks make mistakes just like humans do. But at the same time, when a person is at the beach, a shark might be in your vicinity within 100 yards and they still don't go near you at all. They could be 50 yards around you. They still don't try and attack you. They just swim around you. Even when you are diving or if you're just swimming and you see a shark, they're usually more scared of you than the person scared of it.
I feel if you really look from a helicopter or an airplane, you see people swimming with sharks on a regular basis when the water is clear, and they really don't bother you unless they a big school runs into you and something maybe grabs your ankle thinking it's a bait fish or something. But in all honesty, I think we swim with them all the time, and it's pretty normal not to get bit. But I think they're more in danger than we are when you're out in the water.
The chances of being fatally bitten by a shark are roughly 1 in 250 million. Put that into perspective, the chance of dying from a vending machine falling on top of you are only 1 in 112 million.
Well, just like a lot of the other marine species that we use, whether it's for commercial or recreational species, the presence of estuaries in these coastal areas are nursery grounds for a lot of these shark species. So things like bull sharks and bonnet heads, they're going to use, and whether they spend their time in the estuaries year-round or they just pass through to have their pups and find food, this provides a critical link to their life cycle. So they're always here. People might not always be aware of what's around them, but it's no different than seeing birds fly around all the time. They're always part of our coastal environment here in Southwest Florida.
A lot of the misinformation is how media outlets do it. One example is kind of how Shark Week, in my opinion, they used to do some really good stuff, but at the same time, they share the awareness of that sharks are in the area, that people need to know about them, and that they need to be respected. I think the best way of doing it is actually through shark fishing and showing people that they're just normal fish that you would see out in the wild or see at the beach, and how that they're just part of the ecosystem and it's just they're a natural creature in the area.
So just because you're seeing more sharks on your TV screens, your computer screens, and your movie screens, doesn't mean there's more sharks out there. According to some research, in the last 25 years, shark populations have dropped by 70% in some species.
We look at our coastal food web, sharks are at the top. They are considered what's a term often used as keystone species. If you remove those sharks, that's going to have a direct impact to the rest of the food web. Sharks are predators. They're very good at thinning out populations of prey species that, if left unchecked, can also have detrimental impacts. There's always a balance, and this is something where top predators like sharks serve a role. They'll tend to go out, they're very efficient hunters. They'll tend to seek out the species that are slower or maybe sick. So you start removing that, you can basically disrupt that balance that you have in this natural ecosystem. So Even though sometimes people fear them, they're absolutely necessary. Just like on land, you might have top predators like a wolf. They serve a purpose in the ecosystem, and if you take them out, that can have unprecedented impacts.
When you go fishing and you hook a tiger shark or a hammerhead shark, you see them by the boat, the colors, the grace they have in the water. I really don't know why people want to kill them anymore. It's just a beautiful view when you see them out there. Most shark fishermen now are catch and release, and I think that's a great thing.
The next time you see a giant shark swimming in the water, don't fear it. Enjoy it. They've been here a lot longer than we have, and we pose more of a danger to them than they do to us. It is safe to go back in the water. For Naples Daily News, I'm J. Scott Butherus.